Let's talk about the weird crimes and synchronizations and the dictation and behavior change techniques that these people play with me. So right after Mukesh Watts, who is an astrologer in India, I sent him all these emails. You can see my last email probably was around May 3rd. Okay, this is the last November. This is this November, but ignore the one that I just sent yesterday. But other than that, the last email I sent him was on May 3rd, and then I never contacted him. I had asked about few queries, and he never replied to me even after asking me for date, time, and all that, which he needed to solve the query, right? But he never got back to me. So right after he ignored me, and when I was sending emails to many other people besides this Adam, who has this YouTube channel, Parable of the Vineyard, and this is the guy. And let's see, Mamta Kale, she's a very prominent speaker on news channel in India. So anyways, I contacted many people who I knew would speak up for good, and would speak up against a crime. When these people totally ignored me because I never received any reply from them ever. So clearly they ignored me. And right after, and I sent them around April, right? These are the dates I sent them these messages on Alien Agenda, right? After that, I went to Canada for, it was like a week, about 1 week vacation. The amount of problems these people created within that 7 to 10 days that I was there is statistically not even possible unless and until somebody is doing it on purpose. So let's start one by one. Speed ticket. So I, for the first time in my life, got a speed ticket. Why? Because I had got my car, there's some kind of carbon clearing in the, I don't know, engine or something, and I got that done to my car, and somehow it was running so smoothly, and I kept saying to my family members while we were driving from US to Canada, I kept telling them like how smooth it is running, like it is just flying and gliding away, it just feels like I can't even figure out when it goes like about a certain speed. So anyways, I said about 3-4 times. So if I do something, so because I changed or I cleared up the engine or whatever, the emission engine, whatever I did the transmission engine or something, I got cleared. It was something to do with carbon, and then what they did was give me a speeding ticket. And what was the number that they gave me? It was $180. Okay, what number is that? 18. What does this indicate? That is the Illuminati's favorite number, 18. Okay, so there they were telling me that who were behind them, these people. And I got the ticket at night, and yeah, I was driving, and usually people, like, I don't know why, but they picked me off many other drivers passing by. So obviously they were telling me that we picked you because if I say that the car is gliding, oh, then we will make sure you get a ticket. So they do this to my mind, or they do this to cops' mind, or somehow it's related. They synchronize everything either via witchcraft, or it could be via implants, artificial AI or whatever you call, or implants. They somehow have developed a technique to synchronize the events. So that was that. Then it was actually my mom and dad's anniversary. They were celebrating their 50th anniversary, and that's why we were headed to Canada. Very next day, after I got the ticket, very next day was the anniversary. Now, my father was inside the bathroom, shaving, and I happened to knock the door. It's just because the bathroom door was closed. I just wanted to make sure before I just open the door. So I knocked the door, and somehow he got like startled, and that's why when he was shaving, the razor, he got a cut and on his mustache. Now, in the evening, same day, there was the anniversary party. So my mother had to do a little makeup to dad, like to get rid of the bruise. But still, it was visible because it was bleeding. You imagine that. That was done by these people on purpose. Why? Because when I was here in US at my home, I wanted to give them 2 mugs, and I printed their picture on it. But before that, I photoshopped it, where I had to do a little makeover on my father's face. My mother's face was, all bright and properly like visible. But my father, I had to do a little bit of, touch up a little bit. So, because I did touch up, so what they will do, they will make something where a touch up is required on him. Okay, so this is how they synchronize everything. I do this, then they will do this. I do this, then they will do that. So this was the card given to my father by this Illuminati group, where the CIA, FBI, NSA, US military, all these people are involved, and they are developing all this technology where they can hack brains, they can synchronize all these events. And when there is witchcraft, you don't have to use your brains. It's witchcraft, right? Dad got the fracture. Yeah, so we went to Quebec, and there was a church, and so the church was so big, and I saw like as if some renovation was going on. So I saw so many what do you call, like wooden stakes that was attached. It was like surrounding the whole building. And so I thought to go up and circle around, and I was trying to find the door where to enter. I didn't know where the entrance was. So I didn't want all of the people to walk all the way there, and then to find out, oh, the church is closed, because one of the other church was already closed. I want to make sure like this one is open. So I ran, and and along with them came my niece and nephew. They also came with me. And so the ones I noticed, I had to circle around the building, and there was the entrance, and my mother, father, my brother, sister-in-law, everybody, like my in-laws, my husband, everybody were here. So I had to circle around. I made sure it's open, and then I told my niece and nephew to go and tell them that it's okay, they can come. Now my father there was an entrance here. My father and my brother, they were coming here, but the entrance was blocked by some group of people. And so there was like a step up here. Okay, so my father could have just slide like through here by saying excuse me, and that is what we all did. Okay, we just said excuse me, and we just like passed on this route. But there was like a step up, and then also you could go this way. Okay, so my father thought to go up, and that's where he fell down, and my brother was right behind him. And still it was, everything happened so quickly, like. And then we figured out, and we had to take him to, like, my mother, and they had to take him to hospital. Our entire plan was like a little screwed up. And then, of course, this all happened in May. Today's November. And still his fracture is not improved or anything. Like he has limited hand movement. And now the doctor is saying most likely he'll have to get an shoulder replacement, or there will be some surgery needed to be done. But why they did this? Because right before we started heading towards the church, we were seated here, like we finished our lunch. There was like a roundabout here. We just sat there on the rock, and he was wearing a jacket. So I was just making, I felt some weirdness around his neck, you know, where the hood was. And so I was just making sure the buttons were probably tucked in. And so after that, he said, "Oh, why are you doing this?" I'm like, "You only told me to make sure the jacket, you know, nothing happens to the jacket." So I'm like, "Okay, I was just making sure the jacket is okay." Because I think he had forgotten jacket once when he went to Quebec by himself and my mother, you know. So right after that, "Oh, you took care of the jacket, but oh, we'll make him fall down." And why? And don't forget, these people, they hate Jesus Christ. And so we were to enter the church. So that's the another thing that they didn't like, that they will make sure that they do something, because, "Oh, I said about the jacket that I'm taking care. Oh, but you did not take care of Father." But I was making sure that all the people do not, there was nobody to run all the way there and make sure that the church was open. And I didn't want to send my niece and nephew. They're still young, like they're like in teens. I didn't want to send them alone all the way there. So anyways, my brother was right behind him, and still it happened so quickly that my father, you know, he still fell and he got hurt. And also anyway, so that's the synchronization and dictation and the behavior and whatever the crap they keep doing. Just to lecture, just to dictate that, they did this, okay? Just to synchronize and dictate everything. "Oh, you did little touch up to your dad's face. We will make him give a scratch on his mustache." And so I imagine how they're synchronizing. I knocked the door at the same time he was, you know, and he got startled. To even make someone startled or to make me knock at the same time, everything was planned by these people, okay? It is all synchronized. They work ahead of time and they figure out what to do and how to do everything. Then I got wound in my right feet, okay, right foot. So you know, they have been doing this. So I've told this in my previous video, where if there is somebody besides me and my husband, when I take out the laundry and, you know, start folding clothes, they will have the raving of the bike engine, motorcycle engines, okay, whatever, or car engines, but they're raving it. "Oh, don't fold your clothes, even if in my house, you know, there's your in-laws are here." Okay, so the same thing. I was in Canada. I was done with my laundry, but my clothes were drying outside on a rope, and so I was taking the clothes inside, and then, but the door was, you know, little weird from the bottom. And so see, right now they're pulling my ear, okay, from the right side they're pulling my ear. So so I was folding the clothes in the TV room, and that's where my nephew was. And I don't know if niece was there or not, but my nephew was there. He was just doing his work, and I was just folding clothes there. And I went back to grab some more clothes, and that's when, you know, they gave me hurt on my right feet. But it looks like there was something in the bottom of the door that hit me, and I got the scratch. So you know, this is synchronizations. If you do this, because they cannot rave the bike engine there, right? They did not give me, usually they give electric shocks or pull my ear, or they do some kind of stuff, but they didn't do that. They just wanted to give probably wound. It was just everything mostly is related to some kind of wound, okay, this trip. So they gave me the wound on the right foot. This was as a synchronization. "Oh, you don't do this," okay? So, and then what happened? My mother-in-law fell from bed. Now at night she fell from bed. Why they made, you know, they made her fall. Why they made her fall? Because just that evening, you know, the day before, yeah, because it was past 12 when she fell. So she wanted to go to London. She and her husband, like my both in-laws, wanted to go to London. And I kept telling them from January, February, March that book your tickets, because the ticket price is gonna get expensive and expensive because the oil prices were going up, right? They did not book. And in May, when we are here, they are telling me to go ahead and book when they had to leave on June, about, I don't know, second week, something like that. I don't remember, second, third week, whatever. So there wasn't much time window left. This was the May 31st we were there, and May 31st to June 8th, probably that was the time period we were there. So probably they were leaving on June 18th or something like that, or I don't know, June, I forgot, but probably around that time. So there wasn't much window left. You wanted to book at the last moment, and we're 3 to 4 days we were in Quebec, Montreal. We came back, and still we are like roaming around. I hardly used to get time there, and but at that time, when I had time in US, they never told me that, oh, go ahead and now book it, or they did not contact their agent. Usually they contact their agent and get everything done. So I just told them, and we figured out that yes, the ticket got so expensive that now they would end up paying like almost $700 more, $800 more, or something like that, like together. So they made her fall that night. Okay, this was very, very weird thing. And like the guy Almas Jacob has said in his video, that your mind is hackable. Your mind is hackable. Now they hack via implants, or they do via witchcraft. It's hackable at the end of the day. That's what it is. It's hackable. Right. So now they made her fall, and so now she had rib fracture. Okay. And then the next day we were to leave for US, and so yeah, drive was also almost 7-8 hours drive. No, it was almost like 10 hours drive or something. But yeah, this was if I say this, then they will make sure that they make her fall, so that now only one person is going to London. So now your ticket prices, although it's more, but because they did not abide by what I said, they will make sure that she falls down. Okay, this was done by them, making me fall asleep while driving. So we're coming back, and we just stopped by at a convenience store. I get the the scratch off ticket, but I told my husband just to get like $1 or like $2 scratch off ticket. And he just thought to get like $5 scratch off ticket, and nothing, we didn't get anything. And usually we don't do all these scratch offs, but it's just something, sometimes we just feel like, oh, let's just do it. And so we just tried it out, and it didn't work. Now and then we went to like a fast food restaurant, quickly ate something, and then we headed out. Okay, I was driving. Within 10 minutes, I would say 10 to 15 minutes, they started giving me so severe, it's not a headache, because I know what regular headache is or normal headache is, but it felt like so much heaviness on my head, where it feels like almost 5 tons of rocks have been placed on my, I felt so much of heaviness, which I know that it comes from either their directed energy weapons, or it comes from witchcraft. Okay, both of them can do the same thing. So either it's some kind of implant, or it's coming from this, or it's coming from both. But this was not a normal thing, and I never fall asleep. It's so weird. In fact, I never understood how people fall asleep while driving. I never understood that concept, and this is what they did. And there was like a construction thing where all these barrels were kept here, and my front part, right side of my car, the front part hit the barrels, and my father-in-law and everybody is, Monty, you're like wavering. And so immediately I I got awake and I started to drive again, but then I could still feel that I'm in this kind of heavy, it's like cloudiness in my mind. And once I spoke to another so-called targeted individual who claims that he used to get like a ear, how they pull something in ear, or it's not tinnitus, but it's something similar to that. He gets it from directed energy weapons. Okay. And so this person told me how your whole entire head feels cloudy, and that's what I was feeling, very cloudy, like it's not clear, and so you're still in that dizziness. It's not dizziness, it's like you kind of just want to fall asleep because everything is so heavy in your brain. It's so hard to explain these symptoms. But I knew this was not a normal headache, because even if you have headache, nobody will fall asleep. They literally made me fall asleep and do all this. Okay, when I literally had to change the headlights, the side light, and the sensors of my car, which cost almost about like, I don't know, $1,500 $2,000, something like that, or like $1,500, I don't know. But and then I had a deductible of $500, so we had to pay this out of our pocket. And guess what? And when I took my car to the dealer, the initial labor charge was around $593 or something like that. And then when I actually went to pay, it was around $618. They wanted to show this number. Why? 6 is and 18 is nothing but mark of the beast. Okay, 6 6 6. Okay, 6 plus, sorry, not times, 6 plus. 6 threes are 18, right? So 6 plus 6 plus 6 is nothing but 18. So this is their favorite number. Who's Illuminati's favorite number? 18. And 6 is already here, and again 3 times 6 is 18. So they changed this number. It was 593 or 575, something like this number. Okay, initial labor charge, they told me like thrice on phone. They confirmed it, and then they changed it to this number. So they wanted to tell me that who are behind it, this, and what is the dealer's there's a name of that dealership, and it's I service or something like that. Okay, so what is I service is nothing but this I. What is the app? What is iPhone? What is all these I in everything? iPhone, iPad. I is nothing but Illuminati. Okay, it's nothing but Illuminati, because even Almas Jacob has explained this in his YouTube, where Apple's first product price was 666.66. This was the Apple's first product price. Okay, mark of the beast. So all these Apple phones, iPhones, iPads, nothing but mark of the beast, and I stands for that. So I service is nothing but, is the same I of the Illuminati. So these people, Illuminati people, work with them to get me this particular number, to tell me they were behind this. So they are literally telling me that yes, we made you fall asleep. Why? Because I bought the scratch off ticket. Now, a few years back in my own neighborhood, right here in US, we had taken a scratch off ticket, and we had won like few dollars. And so at a grocery store, I just cashed the money, and then I was heading back home. Now what happened was, let's see, this is how my house layout is. I mean, the neighborhood layout is. Okay, then there is one here, and then there is one here. Okay, now I was entering, and they used to have a lot of gang stalking back then. So there was a maroon color car standing. The car would just stand there. It makes no sense. You don't have four-way flashers on, and you cannot stand like this. It's illegal, right? There was no four-way flasher on, but there was a man inside, and he was a white male. I knew that he was standing there for me, because they used to do this a lot. They used to have red, maroon, black, all these cars just standing there. Whenever, if I bring something that they don't like, they'll just stand there. Okay, this was a gang stalking going on like few years ago. I go here, and then I have to make a turn here to go into my, so there is like one neighborhood, one subdivision here, and I live in this subdivision. Okay, and this thing continues. So I almost came here, and then I realized, no, I want to go back and check out on this man, because I knew it's not normal. So I went back, and as I was going back, I saw him make this turn. So I followed him, okay? And he literally made a turn in my subdivision. That was also weird, okay? Now there is another small roundabout here, and there's just like 2 lanes here this way. He went this way where so he's in front, and then there is like a little cul-de-sac here, okay? And the road goes this way. And I live right here, right? So he came here and he stopped at this house. Then it was so weird. But now, how did he know that I'm following him, right? So he didn't go any further. He went into my neighborhood, but he stopped here. And then when I came here, even I stopped here. And then literally wanted to see what this guy was doing. Nothing. And then while I'm passing him, he's looking at me. He's not looking where the houses are. All these are houses here, okay? A normal person, if you're here in some neighborhood looking for somebody, you're looking at the house. Why are you looking at me? He was literally looking at me. He was staring. And then of course, I went in there. But I knew that this person was part of the gang stalker. He was a gang stalker. He was a white male. And I used to get this a lot, like even in my neighborhood, like here is a stop sign. I used to have a lot of cars standing there, right here, sometimes right here. It was so weird. I've never seen this before. And suddenly I started to see all this at all weird timings, weird days. It was just not normal. So obviously they made an issue about me buying a lottery ticket, like, oh, don't do lottery, it's a maroon car, it's a red car, no, don't do that, right? That's all they wanted to tell me. That was like a few years ago when the gang stalking was. And now when we bought this, after, this was in 2022, that's just this year, after so long, like, after many years, we bought like a scratch off, and just to make sure. But no, I don't know what problem they had with me buying. Oh, I don't have mark of the beast, right? Because I am from Jesus Christ bloodline up here, apparently. So I cannot buy this ticket, right? So they made me fall asleep while I was driving. That was it. We hit, and all the blame came on me when these people were at work. So not only we had to pay $500, we had to pay, but now it's on, because all this goes on record, right? That I have this, and we had to change the insurance. So now this will stay on my record, that the collision thing, and for another, I don't know, 4 or 5 years and all that. But who were behind it? They clearly tell the Illuminati people were behind it. Who are these people? FBI, CIA, NSA, military, the same roaches. Richard Boylan has said that in his article, right? Then disappearing gold bangles with diamonds. I was wearing my in-laws the gold bangle, right? Now entire party where I told you there was my mom and dad's anniversary party. An entire party, I was, we made people play games, and I was helping out in the kitchen, and I was helping out set up the table, and everything, the part, whatever is required in party, right? I did a lot of, hand motion basically, and nothing happened to bangles that day. And then after a few days, when we are going to see one of their relatives who lived in Canada, I was just seated there. It was just there was just like one bedroom, one bathroom, and there was like one living room, okay? And so a small kitchen, and just, so So here is kitchen. Okay, and it's so everything is open, small dining area, and right next to the dining area was like sofa. So I was just seated on this sofa here, and then there was like a little another some sofa right here. Okay, there was like sofa here. Okay, what else? And then there was like little balcony here. Okay, that's it. And then there was a wall here, and then you go this way, you get like storeroom, and there was a bathroom here. So, and probably this was their bedroom or something, whatever. Just imagine how small this area is. Okay, I was just seated the entire time. I was just seated here. I just got up to go on the dining table and to help them out a little bit in the kitchen. So I just went here, and then once I used bathroom. I was just seated here. There's no way that Bengal can go anywhere. Now what happened was, in our car while we were heading to this person's place, my mother-in-law just told me, oh, just make sure the Bengal is properly locked in. I'm like, yeah, I locked in, lock. And so I knew at that very point that these people, Illuminati people, will make the Bengal disappear. I knew it. How did I know that the Bengals will get disappear? But it's just, I had doubts, it was almost 99% I was sure, but I wasn't sure that really can they do this? But yes, they did it. At the end of the almost like, it's still in the, we were there like probably 3 hours, I don't know. And I know I was touching the Bengals. I was just seated there. And I don't even remember when it fell, because I checked, even when I realized I was there, I realized I checked all the parts. I couldn't find it. That is just not possible that Bengal can go, suddenly disappear like that. And let's see. Is this military helicopter? Let's check out, because they do this a lot. Let's see. So whenever I do this, the Illuminati people, they usually send the military helicopters around. Let's see if the military. Yeah, that's the military helicopter. It's all the way there. It just went that way. But okay, this is not normal. Usually the military helicopters, they will pass right above my house. But let's see if they come here. It is still there. But let's see if it still comes here. At least they will make sure that they are in my view. Okay, they will come, because I used to get a lot of these military helicopters, or even these they'll come by. Look, you can see, right? They're coming. Look, they're coming by. You see, they're telling you, yes, we are the one. You see those Black Hawk kind of helicopters, so they tell you that yes, we are the ones behind all this, and we are doing it. They're telling you. Who are these people? See, they do not have that guts to come all the way here. They do not have guts. Look, but they are doing everything from far. Yes, we are the ones behind all this. Look at this. So one helicopter is going that way. There are two helicopters that I saw. Look at that helicopter, right? There is one, and these helicopters came after a long time. Like, they had stopped all these helicopter things. That's the second one. Okay, it's going right there. That's the second one. Usually they will come, right? Look. Now they didn't come at that much close, but usually this is how they tell me that yes, we are the ones behind all this, right? So they are giving me, what do you call, the confirmation that yes, we did it and we are behind all this. So how can directed energy weapons make gold bangles disappear? No, witchcraft can. Okay, because if they can sexually seduce me, they can send all these demons to I have all these weird insect activities in my house. How are these insects appearing and disappearing, right? So if they can put insects in my house from another dimension, they can have a spirit do sex with me or seduce me or, anything. the same spirit can just take off the bangle, right? It's a witchcraft. They show the magic in the cartoons all the time. They show now they're showing everywhere the witchcraft. It's not a big thing. So they are telling that yes, we were behind all this crime activities. They are telling me. So all these people that Richard Boylan said in, let me find that right here. Right, Richard Boylan did say, let me find in this. There, Richard Boylan, right? So who are this task force? We are the supposedly starseed adults and even star kids who have a double handful of psychic and other paranormal abilities. Now they want to super interrogate. So what are they doing when they're doing this? If I do this, you do this. And when they want to do this, all they are doing is super interrogating, because they gave me speed ticket. Why? Because I cleaned up the whatever carbon thing, and the car started to run smoothly. Okay, fine, then we'll give you a speed ticket. Oh, you did a little touch up on your father's face, then we will give him a cut, and we'll make sure that your mother does a little touch up on his face on the day of his anniversary, and ruin all the photos, and and of course the pain involved with that cut is different. Oh, you take care of the jacket. Oh, we'll make sure your dad falls down and gets fracture, and so much hospital, we have to take them to hospitals. So many like steroid injections, and this test and that test, and everybody has to run after this one thing that they wanted to do, right? So yes, if you do this, we do this. And where? Where they did this? In church, where Jesus Christ is, and they hate Jesus Christ, right? They gave wound in my right foot. Why? Because you're folding clothes in front of your nephew. We'll give you wound there. Mother-in-law fell. Oh, your ticket became so expensive. Okay, we'll make her fall and make sure that she doesn't go to London. Okay, what's going on? Super interrogation. How to super interrogate? By doing all this crap. Disappearing gold bangles with diamonds. Because your mother-in-law, anything my mother-in-law says, they have to do, they have to act out. So she said that about the lock thing. Why she said that? Okay. So now we'll make your bangles disappear. You see, it wasn't properly locked. Or no, it was properly locked. And imagine the amount of actions I did with my hand the day before, and nothing happened. And then I was just seated here. I didn't do anything here. I was seated. How can the thing fall off? And from both the hands, not just one, from both the hands, it was just gone. That's not normal. It's part of a witchcraft, and they know what I'm doing, right? It took me almost, this is 38-minute video right now. So while I was going through all this, there was no helicopter. When they showed up, during gold bangles and diamonds. Oh yeah, I'm such a diamond to them. Right. Look. Now. So this is what probably they did with Sushantu, because he was a star kid, and how, I don't know what all other things they might have done, but they play street theater, gang stalking, black magic, directed energy weapons to break me and then super interrogate me, right? This is what they've been doing it.